All right, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Reeves here with you, and back up and running and broadcasting. Oh, it's good to be back here with you. It's been quite the ordeal. I actually, since the end of last month and on into the end of this month, this month's been terrible for me for internet access. It's been crazy. The end of last month, we had issues and outages and stuff that kept us off air from being able to broadcast. And this is our most crucial time of the month for us. And then, of course, the same thing happened to us here again this time of the month. So last week I had made a video on YouTube asking people to support our work because we had our internet shut off. We're unable to broadcast. We got it back up and running. We had a couple of people contribute, so thank you very much to those people. And we got it back up and running, and I shit you not, the very next day, excuse me, it went out again. This time, I guess, due to the outage or whatever, and then it was kind of going up and down, not up for more than like 20-30 minutes. A couple of times all weekend, and then finally is back up and running and fixed today. We've had so much rain here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I live. It's crazy. I'm starting to think it's fucking Seattle around here. It's insane amount of rain. Feast or famine for us. We either are in droughts and no water whatsoever, or we're getting absolutely flooded out. So it's insane, and the rain is continuing right now as I speak. So, oh man, because I was planning on doing shows and stuff. I didn't want to be off air this long. I was planning on doing a lot more shows over the past 4 or 5 days, and of course that it just kills my productivity because everything I do relies on the internet. I have to be able to. So even when I'm working on films, I got to go back and fact check stuff and. This film that I'm working on finishing right now, The Spellcasters Volume 1, it's crazy. I wanted to have this film done way sooner than I have, but I've also taken this attitude because in the past, I mean, I really, the first 2 or 3 films I made, I rushed them out the door, man. We just wanted to get them done, and there were so many things in those films that well, I mean, the information's the number one most important thing, and I still stand by the information of those films. That's not the issue, but had they had time and attention taken to them instead of just being rushed out the door, they would have been much better films. So with The Lost Secrets of Ancient America Volume 1, that was the first film where I said, you know what, okay, I'm not going to worry about how long it takes to get done because it always happens. People say, when's the movie going to be done? And I'll say, well, it'll be done this time. And I don't know. I can't, there's no possible way of saying, it's going to take this long or this amount of time. Every time I say it, it just ends up being not true because unforeseen things happen. And like I said, when you're one person handling all the aspects of this, it takes a lot longer. But, I think The Lost Secrets of Ancient America Volume 1, I think the results of that film show that taking my time and not trying to rush out an inferior product out the door is definitely worthwhile. But with this one, like I said, I've just resigned myself to saying, okay, because I get stressed out. If it's just how hard I am, how hard I'm dedicated to this stuff. I'm just so dedicated to this work that when I set deadlines and stuff for myself, I like to keep to them. So I'll stress myself out sometimes, and it just gets bad because then I just get bogged under, and I'm just like, oh fuck it, I'm never going to be able to get this done. You get frustrated. So I'll kind of learn to just say, okay, it's going to be done when it's done, when it's right, when it's 100%. And this has been literally the most challenging film I've ever done, just because it's very difficult to take information that no one's ever presented in the way I'm presenting it before. No one's ever presented this information. There's no other films out there that have ever presented the information, type of information I'm presenting in this film in the way I'm doing it. So it's new ground to make it all cohesive and digestible. You know, I don't want to just. It's very easy to have all this information and just regurgitate it, vomit it out, and then people have no understanding or really reference point for why it's important. You know, it's just a bunch of facts fired at them, and I feel like I've kind of done that with some of the older films, so I don't want to do that. I've tried not to do that ever again. And so there's been stuff coming out. It happens a lot, but there's literally been stuff that's been coming out recently. I mean, literally up until, you know, this week, last week, stuff like that. That had I had the film made already, it wouldn't have been in there. And there's some very, very key stuff that just little factoids and little things, you know, that come your way. There's lots of things that have happened and lots of things that have made themselves apparent to me that, you know, I'm really glad that in a way, even though I wish I'd had the movie done and out by now, there are things. Well, I'll give you an example. This is a great example here. Did I give you the date at the beginning of the show? It's Tuesday, May 31st, 2016. I want to make sure I get that out there. Again, thanks for being here with us. I'm just kind of jumping right into this because it's on my mind, you know. Scientology goes Hollywood, ex-celeb wrangler and Tom Cruise BFF. Ugh. Really? We're using shit like BFF and stuff like that in fucking news article titles now? It's terrible. Now the right hand for major film financier. Now, so this is, you know, this is a great example of some of what I'm presenting in The Spellcasters, which is, of course, the connection between Scientology, Hollywood, MK Ultra, mind control, the CIA, and also the stuff that I've talked about showing, connecting some of these people, like I've connected in the Secret Right films to the Council for National Policy, connecting a lot of those truther type people, Alex Jones, Jim Mars, Mike Adams, you know, there's a whole bunch of them, and connecting these guys directly to Scientology. And of course, you know, everybody knows Jones and his obsession with celebrities and having celebrities on his show and all this stuff. And now supporting, now you see that whole crew and that whole clique, you know, getting behind Donald Trump. So this is pretty interesting that, well, I'll just read it. This is weird and scary. On the morning that Scientology is unveiling a huge new Hollywood facility, with a big unveiling, there's news that one of their main disciples has infiltrated mainstream movie making. Tommy Davis is actress Ann Archer's son and was Tom Cruise's best pal and the celebrity wrangler for Scientology. He was thick as thieves with Scientology cult leader David Miscavige and spoke for the group everywhere. Davis was glued to Cruise's side. He featured in the award-winning documentary Going Clear. His long history with Cruise and Miscavige is detailed in Leah Remini's recent book. He was chief PR spin doctor and devoted to both men. The news now is shocking that Davis is working for Hollywood movie financier James Packer, whose company Rat Pack, with director Brett Ratner, underwrites rafts of films for studios like Warner Brothers. Packer, an Australian billionaire, is engaged to singer Mariah Carey, whom he met through Ratner. The report first surfaced thanks... Ugh, I don't even going to say that fucker's name. I hate that guy. Anyway, so it talks about this, but you scroll down here in the article, and when it gets to the end of the article, that really, you know, that's an important story. I mean, you know, you got a major Scientology guy who's now in the upper echelons of Hollywood, which when you watch my film, you'll understand why this is important. You'll understand, too, the direct connection, because that's what I'm showing, that none of these other, Scientology exposés are showing. I'm showing how they are directly controlled by the Central Intelligence Agency and how they are directly working for these operations. And that's one of the things when I did that interview last year for British television for the Conspiracy, the Hollywood Files TV show. You can find that on YouTube, my interview I did with them. They chopped, and as I've told you, they chopped and cut that fucking interview 8 ways to Sunday. I mean, I remember walking out of there with my girlfriend and just smiling and laughing. She's like, "What's funny?" I'm like, "You're never going to let that be on TV. Do you honestly think they're going to let what because I fucking just laid it on them. Laid everything on them, showed how it was connected to the CIA and all the rest of it. And they cut every bit of the CIA mention of control of Scientology out of my interview. Every bit of it, not even one little bit. And so they cut it and chopped it and edited it and made all the context be removed. And so that's the key thing that I'm going to be showing, is that whether you're talking about these CIA connected truth people like Alex Jones and the rest of the ones I named, or whether you're talking about Scientology, the key connector into all of them is the CIA. And so in this article that continues to talk about this Davis guy and him getting into the connections of this guy now being in Hollywood and this Rat Pack Films, the last little statement here is what got me. I mean, this just made me go, "Oh my God, I was more right than I ever knew." It says all of this is made a little more curious because Rat Pack Films last year merged with Dune Entertainment. Dune Entertainment is owned by Seth Munchin, recently appointed by Donald Trump as his finance director for his presidential campaign. Trump and Scientology now are separated by 1 degree. That blew me away, because here's this just kind of innocuous article about, this guy Davis now becoming ensconced within, he's an upper echelon Scientology guy now being ensconced in the upper echelon of Hollywood. And here I am exposing how Alex Jones and all these other supposed truth people are, who are now all supporting Donald Trump, are all connected to Scientology. And then, lo and behold, this is just a coincidence. Davis is higher up in Scientology, joins these Rat Pack Films that just merged with Dune Entertainment, owned by the guy who's the financial director for Trump's campaign. And it even says here at the end of this is showbiz411.com. And even the last sentence in this article says Trump and Scientology are now separated by 1 degree. I saw this and just went, well, boom. There it is. There's another little piece of info that had I had this film done already, that wouldn't have gotten in there. So it really is upping the stakes for this film and really giving me more of the ammo that a lot of which I already had, to show people how all of this stuff is connected to CIA operations. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So that's a little glimpse into, again, if I'd already had this movie done, that would have made it in there. And of course, you're never going to be able to get everything in there, but it is getting close. But this just, all this internet stuff has really put me behind. But I'm getting closer and closer to it. Again, it's going to be, pending we don't have any more internet outages, and pending we can get our operating costs covered in the next 24, 48 hours, whatever it is. The film should be done in the next week and a half. Now, that's an estimate, but pending we don't have any more snags and pending we get the operating cost done, it's definitely going to be done by then. Because, like I said, it's just so frustrating. And then all this, life happens, stuff happens. You think that you're going to be able to get something done in a certain amount of time, and it takes longer than that. But I'm just happy that the quality of the film is going to be representative of the time that it's taken to make it. That's the main thing, and I really think it is going to be my finest work, and I'm going to be immediately coming out with Volume 2 right on top of it after that. We have a new, well, it's not new, it's an older one, but it's the first time we've ever offered it up for sale in our download shop at my website, theglobalreality.com. We have a download store where you can buy downloads of various audiobooks and all my films up in there in downloads. So if you haven't checked that out and gotten yourself copies of stuff in the download shop, please go and do that and support our work. We've got one in there. It's one I did. It's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 years since I did this audiobook reading, but I've never offered it for sale. And it's the 13-hour Zecharia Sitchin, There Were Giants Upon the Earth reading that I did. And if you enjoyed the Lost Book of Enki readings or the Emerald Tablets of Thoth readings, you'll definitely enjoy this one. It's 13 hours. It's $10. It's collected there, and you've got the high quality MP3s for life, and you can own that. And so definitely go and get yourself a copy of that and support our work. Our contribution banner is at the website, theglobalreality.com. It's on the right-hand side of the page. That's how you can contribute to our operating costs. We've got to reach 100% of our goal here in the next 24 hours or so. So everybody go and make a contribution. Everybody who contributes $100 will get a 1-year archive membership to the high quality archives and a free download of the Spellcasters once it's out. And I'll be setting up everybody's free 1-year accounts here very soon. If you contribute and haven't got any information on that yet, it's coming. My internet's been out. I'm not able to do any of that stuff when the internet's out, so you'll be getting set up with those accounts very soon. So everybody who contributes $100, I mean, I think that if we had 7 people to contribute $100, we could reach 100% of our goal and be able to stay alive here. If we don't reach that in the next 24 hours, then it's game over. We're going to be shut down, and we don't want to reach that level. So we need everybody to come together and contribute every single bit you can so we can reach our goal here and stay afloat. I haven't even had a chance to put up, we always every month have a prize pack to the largest contributor. Whoever contributes the most will get this prize pack. I haven't had a chance to put that pictures or anything up like that, but I'll have that up soon on our Global Reality Facebook page. So check there, the Global Reality Radio Network Facebook page. Check that later on, and we'll have more of the information. But yeah, please go there and help us reach 100% of our goal. All right. Well, our internet's been back. It has not been back up very long, and I've got so much stuff I need to do. I'm going to get back to work, and then I'll upload another show here very shortly, and we'll get into some other information. But for the time being, please help us reach 100% of our goal. Again, the fundraising banner is on the right-hand side of the page at theglobalreality.com. That's if you want to use PayPal. If you don't want to use PayPal and you'd like to contribute with a credit card, debit card, or even a prepaid card that you can get at like a pharmacy or something, please remember to use the donate button that's on the right-hand side of the page, and you can use any kind of card you want. It doesn't require you to have a PayPal account or anything like that. So, please, we've got to reach this goal very soon, in the next 24 hours or so. So please go to my website and contribute. We'll talk to you very soon. Josh Reeves, signing out.